first carry for Nick Chubb. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
We own it. We own it.
To throw, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. The tackle made by T.J. Carey.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first time.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Christian Kirksey. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. On third down, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Penny, a first down carry. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine.
On 2nd and inches, Wilson going for Metcalf, and the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 47 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal on the Seahawks 1-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 1. Mayfield keeps it himself. Only a yard on the sneak. Not what he was hoping for. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, partner, they went a little conservative, didn't they? And they ended up marking it short. And now I wonder, will they even do it again on 3rd down?
Mayfield going to take it on the sneak. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Baker Mayfield taking it in. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
Joseph now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the shotgun, Wilson forced out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mayfield to throw it. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, watch the slant.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Good. 180. Right there, 54 miles. Run.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit.
And he's taken down. The this will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Now it's Carson. And he's got some space here. 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, 47 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Mayfield now. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And Mayfield just getting the play off. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He was looking for Landry that time, but now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougald.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Hey, 0-0-0.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf, he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Mayfield, and he's going to go down again. Cassius Marsh able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He's going to air one out, and that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And no, it's incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
180. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. He'll buy some time right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Mayfield looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ezekiel Ansah. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Don't be scared of it. Check it out. Listen. Touch 50, touch 50.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, first and 10 at their own 21.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
Here's Mayfield. Throw left side to Higgins. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cassius Marsh able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Being chased out left. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Ziggy Ansah picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Mayfield will throw for it on 4th. Going up top. And this is going to be incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Head, 180. 50's a mic, 50's a mic. Who that?
Mayfield on play action. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Steps away to his left. This is caught inside the 15. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play that time for Cleveland. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cassius Marsh. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Mayfield eluding the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Now Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been... And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Mayfield. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further.
Browns 17.
Joseph now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Check 53. He don't know no better.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
And the Seahawks 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So the victory here for Seattle. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. And that'll carry over the Back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Buddy up! Mike 5-4. Right there. 54, Mike. Get ready.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now this throw caught left side. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He may try and run for this. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the...
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 43 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their own 24.
You got nothing.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a first and 10. They run it with Carson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. He finds Roberts, complete. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Right there, 54, right there.
Jackson from the shotgun. Dancing to his left. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then bring.
Ingram churning. He lost the football. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Mike, check, 59.
Now Wilson on first down. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kenny Young in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview, so I guess let's do just that. As Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Throwing is Jackson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Al Woods, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
More athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them special.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
48, Mike. 48.
From the shotgun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
At the 49-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Kenny Young providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Jackson, option right. And now he'll tuck it and run. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 yards there, 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their own 22. This is Carson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Nick Bonnett. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. On first down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Wilson fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Jackson, option right. And an alley to run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. First down, and it's Hill again. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive – I mean, remember we talked with the offensive line, and one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
What? 59, 59. Yeah. You don't want none.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Forced out to his left. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Escaping the pressure right. And he caught it up. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
It's going to be a long day. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
On second down, Hill. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready? Not a whip. Mike fight forward. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Let's go. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Jackson is going to float this one deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brandon Carr.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, They frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 39, Jackson. And not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket, he tucks it and goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Hey, come on now, come on now.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Good job right there. Good.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
56 is the mic. Stop your whining. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
Hey, how fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like 4th down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star, in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
Not a day of my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day of my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And This will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Right there. 54 miles. Kill.
First down, Prescott. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 75 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's Carson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage is excellent downfield.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And this one's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
48 to Mike.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Being chased out left. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 4th down. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. The give is to Elliott. And an alley to run. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
A give to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. They'll try the right side with Elliott. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best. Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky. Go. Get out there. Switch. Kill.
A first down carry by Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
That's a touchdown right there.
A 23-yard run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Operating from the gun, Wilson steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. He decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
10 carried out for Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Prescott from the gun. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. Was bidding for a second. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half.
I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. They find some open field here. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Elliott. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Elliott running right. Room here to run. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now a give, right side, Elliott. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
23 yards on the play. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw on 3rd down. Wilson. He's going to let it go deep. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. 28 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Here we go, here we go.
They go to Elliott again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
He's got his target. It's Cobb. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Elliott.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Elliott. And an alley to run. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. On first down, it's Elliott. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love it.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
14, Friday.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
We play to win. Let's go. What? Ready? Oh, you got deep? Double tight. Even. 4 down. Even.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now it's Carson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Dancing to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Completes it right side to Cooper.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
And New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. Come on. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Come on. Go. Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the
ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down. Hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They check it to 10.
Back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up, I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got